Hi everyone, welcome to Nature Sphere. So today we are going to discuss a new topic called ecosystem. We are going to have an outline of the topic. So welcome to the channel. So what do you mean by ecosystem? We are just going to have the introduction to the topic. So, an ecosystem is a community of living and non living things that interact with each other. So, an ecosystem is a community of biotic and abiotic things. Biotic means the living things, and abiotic means the non living things. So, for an example, as you can see in the picture, you can see a beautiful picture out there. You can see many kinds of animals out there. You can see fishes, plants, then a pond. You can see the sunlight out there. Many kinds of living and non-living things you can see out there, isn't it? So in this picture you can see the fishes, plants, insects, which are the living things, while you can also see the non-living things such as the water, sunlight and air. So from the picture we can see that all these components are interdependent on each other, because the one cannot live or survive without the other. So that is what is called as an ecosystem. So this picture shows an example of the pond ecosystem. So living components are known as the biotic components, and the non-living components are known as the abiotic components. So ecosystem as a whole is a community of both these living and non-living things. Okay, then we can see the different types of ecosystem around us, that is desert ecosystem, forest ecosystem, aquatic and tundra ecosystem. Next we are going to discuss about the feeding relationship. As you can see in the picture, you can see the various trophic levels out there. These trophic levels are the feeding levels in the food chain, and the energy, the ultimate energy, enters into this food club via sunlight. So sun is the ultimate source of energy. The energy enters through the sunlight, and we can also see that energy decreases at each of the trophic levels, and there are only few top predators in the topmost layer of the feeding cycle. So as you can see in this picture, there are various trophic levels out there. There are producers, primary consumers, secondary consumers and tertiary consumers. So producers are the ones which extract the maximum amount of energy from the sun, and they prepare their own food. So producers produce their own food by the process of photosynthesis. And we can see the next level of organism, that is the primary consumers in the second trophic level. These are the organisms that feed on the producers. And in the next level, you can see the secondary consumers, and they are the organisms which feed on the primary consumers, as well as the tertiary consumers are the ones who feed on the secondary consumers. So that's all about the food chain you can see out here. Then, if we say in detail what is a food chain, it is a linear sequence of organisms where the energy is transferred from one to another as they eat. So, food chain as compared to food web, food chain is a linear sequence. As you can see in the picture, the grasshopper is eaten by the grasshopper. The grass is eaten by the grasshopper is eaten by the frog, and frog is eaten by a snake, as well as the snake is eaten by the eagle. So you can see it is a linear sequence of organism where energy is transferred from one to the next trophic level. So that's all about the food chain. And in the next picture you can see the food web. What can you observe from the food web? It is a complex network of interconnected food chains. In the above picture, in the topmost picture, you can see one linear sequence, while in the food web you can see an interconnected food chains can be seen. Food web is a complex network of many food chains. So it shows the feeding relationship of many organisms in it, isn't it? So food chain is a linear sequence of organisms where energy is transferred, while food web is a complex network of many food chains. Okay, have you got the point? Then coming to the end of the session, we can mm, look upon the human impact on the ecosystem. So, what are the main problems caused by the human beings on our ecosystems? As we all know, humans are the ultimate villains for our ecosystems to thrive. So, the major problems caused are deforestation, plastic pollution, and climate change. As you know, deforestation is the cutting down of trees, and this abruptly affects the organisms living in the ecosystems out there. So, what may be the solutions? What can be done to prevent this problem? We can plant as much as trees as possible by the process called afforestation, and we can also reduce the use of plastics. We can reduce, reuse, and even refuse the use of plastics, and we can also protect the important animals in our surroundings. So that's all for today, and my only message for you is that we have no time to left to protect our universe, our planet, and our ecosystem. So it's our duty to protect our planet. So the only thing we can do is to act now to protect our earth. Okay, that's all for today. See you next in the coming videos, and thank you so much.